discussion on understanding the lucky colors and gemstones for all the rising signs. In this video, we will have our discussion on the Scorpio Ascendant. So guys, you must have understood the whole objective of this playlist. Here we are trying to understand that which all planetary influence is constructive, is positive in your life. Like let's say for example, whenever we talk about considering to wear a gemstone, you should be aware enough that is the influence of that gemstone is positive in your life or not. Like let's say for example, I recently uploaded this video on the upcoming Saturn's Dhaya on the Cancer and the Scorpio moon sign natives. So in the comment section, one person asked me that I am both a Cancer rising and the moon person, like moon is placed in the first house only, and I am already going through concerns of depression, my Saturn Dasha is on, and after watching this video of the impact of Saturn's transit, shall I wear a blue sapphire? Now what do you think? What could be the answer for that? Like if you remember at the time when we were having our discussion for the Aries Lagna people, I mentioned over there that because for the Aries Lagnas, Saturn has got the rulership of the 10th house and the 11th house. That means Saturn is chiefly responsible for giving results of the professional actions and endeavors for a Aries Lagna. And let's say for example, if you come across a person who is not facing any of the concerns of law related problems, any of the health related problems, but the only concern is that Saturn is delaying the result of his actions at his professional front. Like on the same profile, other people are getting promoted in just 6 months or a year, and this same person is not getting even considered for a promotion in 2 years. Then you can judge that just because Saturn is not that harmful for this Lagna, and the person is facing the heat of that all of his actions and efforts at his professional front is getting delayed, then this person can consider wearing a blue sapphire. But when we talk about the case of a Leo Lagna or the Cancer Lagna, first of all, Saturn becomes a very inauspicious planet for your Lagna. Over and above that, the person is already facing the fury that Saturn is already giving depression, is giving lawsuit related problem, and over and above that, if you will wear a blue sapphire, it is only going to intense the energy. Guys, the only reason we consider wearing a gemstone is to increase the power of that planet. So if someone who is already facing depression, wearing the gemstone of the same planet in the dasha of that planet is only going to increase that, making things more troublesome for you. So that is the only reason, guys, in this playlist we are trying to understand the naturally auspicious and inauspicious planet for all the Lagnas. So guys, now starting our discussion on the most intense sign of the zodiac belt, which are the Scorpio Ascendant natives. So guys, when we talk about the positive and negative attributes, definitely because your ascendant is ruled by the planet Mars. So Scorpio Lagna people are very courageous, they are very fearless, they are very competitive, they take interest in occult sciences, their intuition tend to remain very strong. It hardly matters whether they are working for the government or not, but they generally gain because of the people connected with the government as well. Now guys, when we talk about causing damage to your enemies, so there is no other Lagna which can cause as much of the damage which a Scorpio Ascendant person can cause to his or her enemies. And also guys, like just because it is a fixed water sign, so these people tend to remain very consistent towards their goals as well, and they can be very loyal in their friendship as well. Like these are among those people on whose word you can have your strong faith. And also guys, generally it has been seen that the success for the Scorpio Lagna people come after the middle age, like after I would say 35, 36 or whatsoever their talents are, they generally manifest more or they get the right set of platform after the first half of their life. Now guys, comes the vulnerable side of the Scorpio Lagna people. So definitely guys, inclination or temptation towards intoxicants tend to remain very strong in the case of the Scorpio Lagna people. Second thing is that just because they are being ruled by the planet Mars, and this is a sign where moon also attains debilitation. So a lot many times what happens is that these people struggle a lot in letting go of things. Only if they can learn to be forgiving, and move on. This dictum of moving on from any situation, they can do wonder in their life, they can achieve a lot. The only concern is that if the overall chart is indicating someone who has got this capacity of holding up negative emotions, then this person will keep on self-harming himself or herself. So those are the areas where these people have to learn to forgive and to move on. Second thing is that, guys, just because in the case of a Scorpio Lagna people, a lot many times it has been seen that definitely you are competitive, but a lot many times just in order to inflict harm on their enemies, they go to such an extent that even if they are getting the losses on their own or they are incurring some sort of damage, but they just reach this point that just causing harm to another person is their ultimate objective, irrespective of the fact that how it is kind of affecting their own lives. And guys, when we talk about the like esoteric activities or secretive clandestine activities as well, over there as well these people can be very much prone towards that. So very soon when we will start having our discussion on understanding the influence of the planets in their life, you will definitely get to know about that. So guys, now comes the point of understanding their favorable planets. So definitely Mars becomes your ascendant lord. So that means wearing a red color and the coral gemstone proves to be very auspicious for the Scorpio Lagna people. After that, guys, Jupiter becomes a very auspicious planet for you guys, because Jupiter has got the rulership of your second house and it has got the rulership of your fifth house. So because of which yellow color, or I would say yellow sapphire, is very auspicious for the Scorpio Lagna people. Now guys, after that Moon becomes your fortune awakening planet, the lord of your ninth house of fortune. So I would say that a cream color or a lightish pink color is also very auspicious for you, and wearing a pearl proves to be very harmonious for the Scorpio Lagna people. Along with that, guys, see, when we talk about the role of the planet Saturn and Sun, so you will be surprised. Like in the case of the Scorpio Lagna people, I have seen that Saturn can actually do very good if it is going to be well placed in the chart of a Scorpio Lagna person. And not only that, like Saturn is very inimical to Mars, to Sun and Moon. But if we will find Saturn to be well placed, dignified in the chart, not only in the Lagna chart but also in the D9 chart as well, Saturn can actually bestow very good results irrespective of the fact being conjunct with its enemy planets as well. Now guys, one thing which you have to understand over here is that when we talk about which all moon sign receive the maximum negative impact at the time of Shani Sadesati or Saturn Sadesati, those are the Aries moon people, Leo moon people and the Scorpio moon people. Now the case over here is that because many times Scorpio people tend to become so competitive that they do not take into consideration the kind of means they are opting in order to get success in the life. And obviously if you will be very secretive, if you are going to be opting for unfair means to achieve things, so when Saturn Sadesati comes on us, that means Saturn has got an account of everything. So it means it is actually doing a proper audit of all of your actions. And if you have engaged in wrong actions, unethical actions, so definitely you will get punished for that. So that is the only reason if you will find Saturn to be well placed in the chart of the Scorpio Lagna person, I have seen these people attaining big position, power, establishing big businesses in the dasha of the planet Saturn. Now guys, with that said, because see, for the Scorpio Lagna people, the Mool Trikon sign of the Saturn, which is Aquarius, that falls in the angular house in the 4th house. Because of which, I would say that Saturn becomes a mediocre good planet for the Scorpio Lagna people. So, but still, blue color and black color is not auspicious for you. You have to avoid that. But when it comes down to the gemstone of the Saturn, which is blue sapphire, that can be considered only after doing a proper scrutinization of the whole chart. And guys, when we talk about the role of the planet Sun, so definitely like the gemstone of Sun, which is ruby, will prove to be very auspicious, very favorable for the Scorpio Lagna people. So the coral gemstone and this ruby gemstone proves to be very favorable, very auspicious. The only thing is that a lot many times I have seen like those people who wear both of these two gemstones, like wearing coral and ruby, can actually increase the energy to such an extent that it can make a Scorpio person little bit aggressive. So that is a decision which you have to take only after getting your chart scrutinized. So guys, after that comes the role of the planets which are not auspicious or favorable for you. So first is the planet Venus. Now Venus becomes a Maraka planet for you, and Venus has got the rulership of the 7th house and the 12th house. Now guys, you have to understand this thing. Obviously, like Scorpios are the true warriors and the true kind of commander of the planetary council. Now if you will engage a commander or a military person into intoxicants, into sexual activities, perversion, imagine how much damage this person can do. And guys, there is one thing which makes these Scorpio ascendant natives very distinctive, is that their capacity to hide things. Now just because 12th house is a hidden house, and if you will find these people to be holding up pent up energies, energies of passion and all these kind of very taboo desires and fantasy, so Venus's placement in the chart is definitely going to become a reason for the fall of a Scorpio Lagna person as well. Guys, you would not believe, I have come across so many charts like where girls have got like assaulted, or they have got harmed because of they were good friends with a person. This person did not reveal his true intention, and eventually he actually kind of attacked or kind of acted like a predator, which actually surprised the girl. So because of which Venus's dignity needs to be taken into consideration, because if Venus is going to be ill placed in the chart, it can drive the person towards intoxicants, gambling tendencies, and all sort of esoteric and taboo fantasies and desires as well. So you have to avoid the opal, diamond and the white color. Now guys, after that comes the planet Mercury. Mercury is not at all auspicious or favorable for you. So that means green color you have to avoid, and green emerald gemstone you have to avoid. After that guys, trust me, there is one planet which is the most inauspicious for the Scorpio Lagna people, that is Rahu. Like you have to avoid the smoky colors, and you have to refrain from wearing a hazelnut or the gomed. Like trust me guys, a lot many times I have seen people who can do very good, or people with Rahu in the 1st house or Rahu in the 5th house also doing very good, like depending on the signs which are falling over there. But if you will find a Scorpio person to be doing all the unethical, wrong, very despicable actions in the society, community, immediately come to this conclusion that Rahu is badly placed in the chart of this person, which is driving or instigating this kind of behavior. So Rahu becomes a very negative planet for the Scorpio Lagna people. And guys, Ketu can actually do very good. Like I would say that the influence of Ketu can prove to be very harmonious for the Scorpio Lagna people. And guys, when we talk about which all gods to worship, so I would say that the worship of Lord Shiva can prove to be very peaceful, very harmonious for the Scorpio Lagna people, because it will help you. First of all, it will calm your mind. It will give you this sort of transcendental knowledge and wisdom to let go of things, because a lot many times it has been seen that something which happened decades back, but these people actually kind of find themselves very helpless to letting go of those negative thoughts or negative emotion or negative memory. So worship of Lord Shiva can prove to be like a blessing for the Scorpio Ascendant natives. Guys, a lot many people talk about worshipping Lord Hanuman. That can be done only if you are a kind of person who is very much in control or command of your whims, of your energy, of your passion, of your aggression, because too much of the worship of Lord Hanuman can actually make Scorpio Lagna person very aggressive. So I would say that if you're already engaged in army, military, law related profiles or political fields where you have to protect yourself from the threat on the account of enemies or hidden enemies, then I would say the worship of Lord Hanuman can actually prove to be very beneficial for you. But in general, as long as it is not making you very aggressive or too much filled with the energy which you are finding it unable to handle, so I would say worship of Lord Hanuman, worship of Lord Shiva, and worship of Lord Kal Bhairava proves to be very favorable for the Scorpio Lagna people. So guys, summary is that I must have used a lot many sensitive or vulnerable information for the Scorpio Lagna. That does not make you a bad guy. Trust me, I already mentioned this thing. You can be very loyal, you can be very research oriented, and you have this capacity to reach to the position of power authority only if you will learn how to let go of things and how to let go of the negative emotions. So this is something guys which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.